Welcome back, Algebra 1. Yesterday, and actually the day before also, we've had a chance to go through these 7 problems dealing with finding slope, graphing lines from equations, writing out an equation based off a line. Then we had a stretch yesterday where we really got into point slope form. And then we ended by doing some practice with parallel lines. And how we are able to know that parallel lines have the same slope. And that's actually where we're going to jump off from today, because question 8 is also going to have to deal with parallel and perpendicular lines. And so we see here that we want, what is the slope of a line that is, check it out, parallel to the line whose equation is 2x plus y equals -6. And of course, we want to fully reduce. I can't stress that enough. You want to reduce your fraction. Okay. So here's the thing. In order to figure this out, we need to know that parallel lines, what kind of slope do they have? We know parallel lines have the same slope. I'll use M for slope. They have the same slope. The problem is, in order to find out the slope, we need this to be written in one of two forms. We either need slope-intercept or point slope. And from what it looks like right now, this currently is in standard form, which, if you don't remember, standard form we talked about this on day 7. So day 7 was all about standard form AX plus BY equals C. Now, if we can get this into Y equals MX plus B, if we can get this into slope-intercept form, I think we're going to be in really good shape here, because slope-intercept form will give us the slope, which is what we need, because we know if our line's parallel, it has the same slope, the same M. So how can we get Y by itself here to get this into slope-intercept form? Well, here's Y. And it looks like the only thing over here with Y is a 2x. Think back to yesterday, guys. What can we do? Oh, we could, if that's a positive 2x, why don't we subtract 2x? But what you do from the left side, you of course have to do from the right side. So you get Y equals -2x and -6 do not go together. One has an x, one doesn't. So we put that -2x first. And then -6. Well, check it out. What's the slope? The slope here is -2. So we know our line is parallel. It's going to have the same slope. So check it out. Slope's going to be -2. And is that reduced? Yes, it is. No way to reduce that answer anymore. -2 is -2. Hey, check it out. They did the exact same thing. Subtract 2x over. Slope of that line is -2. And if we're parallel, we know the slopes are the same. So let's go a new problem. And so I'm going to erase a little bit of this so you guys can see. And actually, let me get us a new problem. I'm not as wild about this one. I can kind of control what kind of problems pop up. So, I like this one. Check it out. So this one's going to require just a little bit more work. Actually, just one more step. You guys thinking what I'm thinking, though, for our first step? I'm thinking, once again, what is the slope of a line that is parallel to this line right here? So I think we still need to get this into slope-intercept form. Now, the problem is we're going to have to do two things to get Y by itself. You guys probably know the first thing. What will be our first step? Go ahead and try this first step, guys. I'll give you a second. You can pause the video. Yeah, I'm thinking we need to move that 9x over. So subtract 9x, which means you also will subtract it over from the right side. So you've got -3y, don't forget that negative is still there, equals negative 9x minus 54. Now here's the problem. We still have a negative 3 attached to this y. So the y is not by itself yet. How can we get rid of that negative 3 if it's being multiplied to y right now? That's right. I feel like Dora the Explorer. I'll give you a second to respond. That's right. We can divide by negative 3. Now be careful, because when you multiply or divide, you have to do it to every term. So divide that. You will also divide that term and negative 54. So what do we end up with here, guys? Take a moment. Let's find out what you get. Negative 9 divided by negative 3. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. And 9 divided by 3 is a ginormous 3, apparently. Don't forget our x. That's crucial. And then minus 54 divided by negative 54 divided by negative 3 will also be a positive. And I believe that is 18. Double check my math there. Not that it's really going to matter, because we are focused on our slope being 3. So the slope of this line is 3. If our line is parallel, we know we're going to have the same slope. So we know then if that line has a slope of 3, our line needs to have a slope of 3. And 3, of course, is in simplest form. There's no way to reduce 3 down. Check it out. Subtract 9 over, divide by negative 3, y equals 3x plus 18. Parallel slopes are equal. So our slope needs to be the same thing. Okay? How about, let's get to some problems that are a little bit shorter. How about that, guys? We've been putting in some real work. Let's do some shorter problems here. These last two problems have to do with vertical and horizontal lines, which we talked about. If you want to know where you can go back and kind of see these problems, we talked about this back on day number 4. And actually day number 3 also. So if you need a reminder, and actually I think day 2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. If you need a reminder, guys, days 2 through 4 will help you out with this. We've talked about this. But check this out, guys. We've got y equals negative 1. And we want to graph y equals negative 1 on this below. So let's get a reminder here. Y equals negative 1. That means every y value on a point, or on our points, is negative 1. So every coordinate has a y value of negative 1. And speaking of negative 1, don't we see the letter y there? Here's our y-axis. That means this line goes through, sorry for my bad writing here. You can tell I'm not an English teacher. It goes through negative 1 on the y-axis. Let me clean some of this up for you guys. I don't know why some of this keeps popping back up, but that's okay. So the line goes through negative 1 here. So it's going through like this. Oh, is that a vertical or a horizontal line? Oh, that's 100% a horizontal line. Now here's the thing, we got to drag this. We know it's going through negative 1. Drag that down. Boom. Hitting right through there. Let's see if we got it right. Yeah, check it out. Since the equation starts with y equals, we're going to graph a horizontal line that goes through the y-axis, right through there. Every point is going to have a y coordinate of negative 1. There. The y value is always negative 1. So I'm going to let you guys try this problem here for me. So this time we've got y equals negative 7. So we know it's going to go through -7 on the y-axis. What kind of line do we have? Well, it begins with y. We know it's going through the y-axis. That's definitely a horizontal line. And if it's going through -7, I'm going to drag this down. Boom, right through there. Let's see if we got it right. Yes, sir, or ma'am. We got it. And so last problem, number 10. Okay, now this time, things are a little bit different. Check it out. This time, we are going to write the equation. So they're giving us the graph. And we said that any equation that begins with like y and a number, y equals a number, if that's all you've got, that is a horizontal line. Here's the thing though, we've got a vertical line. Actually, let me do this in a different color. Let's go, we'll go red here. We've got a vertical line. Interesting. So if y equals a number gives us a horizontal line, what axis do you guys notice this vertical line's going through? It's going through the x-axis. So if you get a vertical line, that's just going to be x equals a number. And that number is based off where it is going through on the x-axis. So guess what? Where's this line going through on the x-axis? It's going through 3. Every point on this line, this will be 3, 4. This up here would be 3, 9. This down here where it actually hits the x-axis would be 3, 0. You notice how x is always 3? Well, that is going to be our answer. X equals 3. And voila. Since the line is vertical and goes through the x-coordinate of 3, we're just going to have x equals a number, and in this case, that is x equals 3. So I'm going to let you guys try one more problem here. Go ahead and try. Ooh, this is interesting. Go ahead and try this one. Let's see what you guys can do here. We know that x equals a number will give us a vertical line. And this time it looks like we've got, maybe another kind of line. Let's see what you guys think on this one. Take a second to solve. Okay. Looks like we've got a horizontal line. And as far as the number goes, it looks like it's passing through -4. I like that it adjusts. It's passing through -4 on the y-axis. Okay. So looking like we're going to have y equals, and the number, no matter what point you choose, you could pick this point out here. That'd be -6, -4. You could pick this point over here. That'd be 5, -4. Either way, your y value will always be -4. So y equals -4. Yep. And so guys, hopefully you've enjoyed and valued what we've been doing here, working through our quiz. Remember, our quiz is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow, which will be, of course, on Thursday if you're watching this, hopefully on Wednesday. So your quiz retake, if you'd like to, will be on Thursday. This will be our retake. If you have any questions, reach out to me. If you've gone back and done some old work, guys, please email me or message me if you have completed old work. So I'm going to write that really quickly. I know you guys can hear my voice, but email me if you have worked out old problems, like Delta Math and stuff like that, so I can update your grade. Thank you guys very much, and go jump.